Yo, what's the den in there? Let me shoot over here real quick. Let me shoot the IG real quick and get this cracking over there, and we're gonna get into it. Yeah, let's get into it. So y'all see what it is, man. Um, first and foremost, man, I want to send a shout out to Avalon Blue. Shout out to you, cause I know some of y'all, was on the live yesterday when he and I had an exchange. You know what I'm saying? But like I told y'all, within 2 hours or an hour, whatever I said, like, we was gonna get on this phone, man, and we was gonna, holler about it and, get the situation resolved. And the only reason why I'm talking about it because shit got resolved. It ain't no Avalon Crip thing, it ain't no PJ Wash Crip thing, and it ain't none of that. You feel what I'm saying? And this is what I want to throw out there, right? Being that this social media shit. Hold on, man. Let me adjust this. This is my first time using this. Hey, man, I want to send a major shout out to my baby mama, man, who believes in me, man, and who supports my vision and support my endeavors and all that, man. I love you. I appreciate you. And, we rocking, you know what I mean? It's from the earth to the moon. You feel what I'm saying? But, man, what's the deal, Heidi? Man, much love and respect, big homie. I just talked to your brother a few days ago, man. Man, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with his intellect, his maturity, and his growth. But this is what I want to say, right? We see what's going on in what they call these YouTube streets, the internet. We should not allow certain things to transpire on the internet to affect the set. You feel what I'm saying? So when cats get on the internet, homie, we gotta exclude their hood. Boom. It ain't about the set. It ain't about the hood unless an individual go to the extreme of doing what it was that this dude Loose Cannon did and just start disrespecting trades and disrespecting Avalon, and that's when you can pull a set in it. But when two grown men get into a disagreement on the internet, homie, unless the hood is mentioned, unless that individual, those individuals mention each other hood, then the hood should not take a stance of saying that is this and is that. Just like, the situation with me and Avalon Blue yesterday, it should never be perceived as the PJs versus the Avalons. You feel what I'm saying? At some point in time, man, the sets, we got to get together, man, and we got to come to some type of agreement that we're not going to allow things that transpire on the internet to affect the set in a negative way to where it's us versus them and all that. Like, no, that's bunk bunk. Being that I see it and I know where it can go, man, I'm trying to put that out there, man, and ask the sets, man, all the Crip and Damu sets, man, can we agree to that? You feel what I'm saying? When two individuals get into it over this internet and these YouTube streets, man, this is a different thing. Like, this is a platform where we come and exchange ideas, opinions. Some brothers, get on here and their vlogs or blogs consist of them doing reaction videos and just voicing their opinion. Just because of a person voiced their opinion, that doesn't mean that this person is anti your set or this person is shooting shots of slugs at your set. So all the sets out there, Crip and Blood, homie, we need to come to some type of agreement. With the situation with me and Avalon Blue, man, it should never been looked at as PJs versus Avalon when two grown men had a difference in opinion. It should never affect our respective sets. Anything that I do, right, it should never have a negative effect on my set because yes, I'm from Eastside PJ Wash Crib, but when I get on here and I be politicking and I be popping that thing that I pop when I pop that stuff that I pop, you feel me? This is Bobby A.A. Jones as an individual. Am I representative of the PJs? Yes, indeed. But me, and the type of individual that I am, man, I'm not going to allow my content to affect my set in a negative way. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of dudes got to start thinking about, homie, because we are representative of our respective sets. So just be conscientious of that, man, and just kind of like be meticulous about some of the things that you say, some of the stuff that you address, and how you present it to the internet, so that we don't get these we don't get none taken out of context. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. My big homie respectfully asked me not to, address the situation with Avalon Blue and this homie Big Cartoon. Shout out to Big Cartoon. That's Avalon business, and he don't feel like it's anything positive that can come from that of me addressing and speaking upon that. So out of protocol, I'm gonna refrain to do that. Even though that I can make a video and say this and say that, and get a lot of views and all that. But at the end of the day, if it's going to have a negative effect upon my community, my hood, and my section, then I'm gonna refrain from doing it because I don't want to deal with the consequences. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want my folks to have to deal with the consequences. So I'm always be conscientious of that. But other than that, man, I want to play some audio for y'all, man. I don't know if y'all up on the situation about OG Eddie Boy from out of the 60s, Islam convert, but he just issued a warning to Big U. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get into that, man, and let's just talk about what's really going on in our communities and whatnot, and how this doesn't only affect the 60s and in the Islamic brothers, but us as a whole, man. Let's get deep. Let's F all that, stand on the surface, man. Let's get to the core of it. Let's get to the root of it. Let's really address this, man, from a biblical and a spiritual standpoint, as well as the things that we can just obtain with our physical eyes. You feel what I'm saying? But let me play this for y'all, man. And this brother seems like he mean business, man. You feel what I'm saying? When you come from up out of these streets, homie, the monotone that an individual utilizes, the facial expressions that a person displays, you can see the sincerity and you can see the gravity of the situation just by a person's voice tone as well as facial expression. So let's get into it.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Assalamu.
You know what it is. It's training time for the Muslims. Hey, Big U. Hey, bro, I don't care what you be saying about me, how you be sending your little millions on that keyway download type of thing, brother. We don't care about that. I don't care, bro. But what I do care about is you trying to attack my little brother when he can't defend himself. When he sit up there and he's up in jail for some shit he didn't do. For you and your crew. You know what I'm saying? Your homies over there. That neighborhood. And your name, brothers, all through the transcripts. Did you know that? But here and there, though, bro, you didn't open up the Pandora's box, brother. You want to sit there, you want to talk, you want the brother, and all that other type of stuff, bro. Stay tuned, African. Because I know a whole lot of shit. Oh, yeah, one more thing. Why don't you tell the world, brother, how you run around with the same Negroes that got my little brother locked up, that you're in contact with these dudes, that you back these dudes, and they the one that got them inside the penitentiary. Why don't you tell the world that, bro?
All right, say Big, you opened up Pandora's box. But this is my question to y'all. All right, hold on. We got somebody that wants some attention, cuz. Let me get cuz a little attention. And this individual name is Line Grime. That's LINEGRIME. Lime Grime. All right, what's up, Lime Grime? You want to holler at your player partner, man? Holler at me, man. Let's see what you got. What you got to say. Yeah, you a cloud chaser. All right, for sugar, man. I'm a cloud chaser. All right. What's next? I'm a cloud chaser. If you say I'm a cloud chaser and that's your perception of me, I can't change your perception, can folks? So if you perceive me to be that, then in your reality, I am that. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not going to even try to refute that. You feel what I'm saying? So, okay, now that you say that I'm a cloud chaser, what's next? Eddie Boy, you're rat. You should stay out of NH business. Hey, homie, it's deep in the NH business. It's on the internet. This is international and national business. Once you come on the internet with it, homie, it's out of the hands of your set. Trying to get views. Yes, I am trying to get views, man. I'm trying to get 1 million views. So if you can be so accommodating and assist me in this endeavor, man, it'd be greatly appreciated, Lime Grime. I'm gonna give you a little attention. Smoked Out TV. Hey, salute to you, Smoked Out TV, man. Y'all make sure y'all go support Smoked Out TV. So your G homie is okay with you exploiting NH business. Hey, this is once it gets on the internet, it's international business, Kim, folks. You feel what I'm saying? And when it affects our people, and this brother is saying that it's training time for the Muslims, and he's using certain things in the plural, like we and so on and so forth and all that. It's beyond that, homie. So what I like to do is get ahead of these situations and see that's a problem, assess the problem, and create a solution. So this is what I'm going to tell you, individual who is desperately in need of my attention and my acknowledgement. You have my attention, you have my acknowledgement, and I know that I just made your day by making you feel relevant. So let me read a few more of your comments before we get down to the nitty gritty about how it affects us as a community and as a people when we get on here and we start trying to expose each other and going after each other and all that. So your G homies is okay with you exploring NH business. After he told you to stay out of Avalon business. See, the thing about the Avalon business is this. It's rooted in some type of violent exchange. Somebody got their hands laid on them according to what's on the internet. I don't know the details. Don't get about the details. I'm gonna stay away from it. So when it's like that, homie, it becomes a sensitive subject and situation. You feel what I'm saying? They politicking on each other, and it's violence behind it. Let them politic. Let them set the precedence of how things are supposed to go. So now when you break it down and you dissect it, we was talking about those 3 cards, right? In Los Angeles. You got the hub and dub, which I am under. You got the neighborhood card, but the neighborhood card right now is rooted in conflict, separation. It's rooted in a lot of nonsense. It's rooted in them going after each other. It's rooted in a lot of rumors surrounding the NH card right now. And that's no disrespect to the neighborhood homies and none of that, but it's just like right now, the neighborhood card, it looks contaminated. It looks disunified. The neighborhood card right now looks kind of crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Then you got the hub and dub. We kicking cack, we saying cool and we relaxing. You don't see us all over the internet attacking and going after one another and all that, because that's not how we settle our disputes nor our differences, homie. I was on here a few months ago, right? And a cat from a hood that consider themselves to be opposition to the set that I'm from, he disrespecting my set, he disrespecting my dead homies and all that. But I deal with it from a diplomatic standpoint. I didn't disrespect his set, which I could, and I could stand on it. I didn't disrespect his deceased homies, which I won't, because we're supposed to allow to deceased. We are supposed to allow the deceased to rest in peace. The reason why Achilles was punished, and the reason why Achilles met his untimely demise and his premature death is because what he did to what's the dude named Victor or Hector. Remember when he killed him and then he attached his body, he tied his body to the chariot and rode it in front of the kingdom, back and forth in front of the kingdom. You're not supposed to desecrate the deceased. So I don't disrespect cats, deceased homies and all that. But getting back to the hub and dub where I'm from, the cat said some inflammatory stuff. And intellectually, I verbally reprimanded him. And then, I'm not going to say the name because I don't want them to say, oh, Bobby Ye said Woody Woo. So Woody Woo and Bobby Ye is beefing. No. But one of the older cats from the hub and dub, a reputable hub and dub representative, he spoke on something and he was biased in his assessment of the situation. And it's like he was speaking in favor of the cat from Mono Park, Compton, Crip. So it looked like it could have been a CC thing, but I ain't let it go to that. I say me and this older cat, we gonna holler when we have the opportunity to holler. But I'm not about to broadcast it. I'm not about to disrespect him. I'm not about to say, cuz you was biased because it's CC Crippin and woo. No, none of that, homie. Because it goes back to the way that you are conditioned, the way you are trained, the indoctrination, the teachings that your big homies give to you. The hub and dub, we ain't about to get on here and broadcast and air out our business for the world to have their opinions on. And a lot of these cats ain't never been in the field. A lot of these cats ain't never been on no missions. A lot of these dudes ain't never been in a situation, homie, to where you in these dorms and it's 100 Mexicans and it's only 25 blacks and they feel like they want to move on us. So what you gonna do? You gonna let your nuts hang and you gonna get cracking? You still gonna walk around the dorm and you gonna be on your mat? I done been in these situations, homie. I'm war tested, trained, and approved. So you got to be mindful, man. And I also have to be mindful about jokers like you that come on here and ain't never been through situations, but you want to be a gang expert. Oh, your big homie said, like, man, come on, chill, relax. Let's talk about the solution. Let's focus on the solution, because this can be a rising problem in our community between Big U and whoever is his followers and the Muslim brothers. So let's get ahead of this as black men, because this can get out of hand, homie. So let's unify. Let's use my platform as a think tank to resolve issues that pertains to our community, homie. I'm solution based. I'm not trying to disrespect Big U. I'm not trying to hype up Eddie Boy. I'm not biased, Ken, folks. All I'm saying that this can be a problem, especially when a brother used the verbiage that he used about it's training time for the Muslims, and we are this and we are that. He's not saying I. He's not mentioning things in the singular. He's mentioning things in the plural. We don't want no situations where the Islamic brothers is is beefing with the neighborhoods and Big U and his followers and supporters. So that's what I'm trying to get ahead of and say, let's resolve this before it becomes a bigger issue. Yeah, so look, listen, man. Some of y'all may get it, some of y'all may not get it, but this is what I'm gonna say, right? We're existing in a technological age, right? When you hear technology, what comes to mind? Either science, information, advancements in scientific discoveries and all this type of stuff, right? So when you hear technology, you think about the information stage. So if we're in an age of information, right? And if I inform you of something, if I come to you and I give you some information and I inform you of something, that means I just revealed something to you. Would you agree or disagree? So if we're living in the technological age, and the technological age can be equated to the age of information, the age of knowledge, right? And if I reveal something to you, or I give you knowledge of something, that means that I just gave you a revelation, right? So we're living in a time of revelations, to where say that it'd be brothers against brothers, mother against daughter, father against son, in-laws against in-laws. In the scriptures, Yeshua, I don't like to use the word Jesus because that's a made up character, right? So in the Bible, when it talks about these things, Yeshua, the Messiah, say, do not think that I come back to bring peace. No, I'm not coming back to bring peace. I'm coming back to start a war. I'm coming back to get it cracking. Do not think that I come back to bring peace, for I do not. I come to bring a sword. What is a sword? It's equipment that's utilized in war, right? In defense, in battle, in combat. So when Yeshua say, do not think that I come back to bring peace, if he ain't bringing peace, what's the opposite of war? Conflict, war, all this, right? Excuse me, what's the opposite of peace? Do not think that I come to bring peace. The opposite of peace is war. So Jesus is coming back to start a war. And the way that you can sustain that and say, yeah, he's really coming back to start a war, is he used the verbiage that was utilized. He utilized a word, sword, that's used in combat. So now we got to understand where all this confusion, conflict, and division comes from. And the scriptures are saying at the end of days, it'll be wars and rumors of war. Big U against him against him. America about to go to war with Russia. America about to go to war with them. China amping up their military forces, and it's wars and rumors of war, folks. We're living in the end of times. We're living in the last days. We're living through the book of Revelations. So when I get on here, homie, I'm not trying to add to the confusion and the conflict. I'm trying to give an active solution to anybody that'll give me their ear, because we're living in those times to where the righteous and the unrighteous is going to be a divide. It's going to be a great divide. Also in the scriptures, it talks about the harvest, where the farmer should go out into the vineyard, or out into the garden or the farm, and the good wheat, the good barley, the good fruit, he should take it and store it up in a barn, which a lot of people think that it means heaven. And then the bad stuff, the stuff that's no good and it's contaminated, is rotted, and it's just not edible. He should take it and put it into the furnace, the fire, which a lot of people think is a representation of hell. So I'm coming here on a whole different level, man. So when you come at me, man, just be mindful of who you addressing and talking to, man. Don't judge the messenger. Mother, did you get the message? That's what I'm saying. F me, homie. I'm a vessel. I'm a vessel that's coming to bring a message. If it doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't resonate with you. It's cool. But as a black man, and that's the thing. Oh, that's neighborhood business. That's what, man, we all black, homie. And it's making all of us look bad. And my question to y'all, if Big U is a rat, if it comes out that Eddie Boy has something to worth putting out there in his court documentation, the police lie. Court documentation don't. So if this dude do come out here and he can realistically, right, expose Big U as being a rat, what's next? What's gonna happen? I'll wait. What's gonna happen to Big U if it is proven that he's a rat, that he's a snitch? What's gonna happen to him? Anybody, feel free to comment. What's gonna happen to Big U if he's a snitch? What I'm gonna do, line grime, I'm gonna let you say I'm a nobody from PJ. Okay. You're a YouTube banger. Okay, for sure. I accept that. I respect that. I ain't trying to get on no recos. So the feds, I know y'all watching. I know y'all monitoring this and all that. Lime grind, you know what I mean? He just gave you an adequate description of who I am. So take his word on who I am. He says that I'm a nobody from PJs. Absolutely. He says I'm a YouTube banger. Absolutely. Yeah, most definitely. Because I don't want to get caught up on them Ricos, because them Ricos is coming. This ain't no game, homie. They monitoring all this. Then you got these agent provocateurs that's going to different establishments, different communities, different hoods, and stirring things up. And people get on here frustrated. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep it macadocious, man. I'm gonna stay cool, calm, collective, composed, and in control. You feel what I'm saying? So say whatever you like to say about me, long as you're saying something about me, man. So thank you, man. Keep it coming. You feel me, man. But as a community, man, we need to get ahead of this, man. See, I know I'm from Los Angeles. I'm from Watts, right? I believe it was the late 80s, early 90s, around that time, right? The Muslims and the Crips and Bloods had a fight. I believe it was at the Coliseum. So it's nothing new under the sun. What was once can be again. You feel what I'm saying? And we don't want to turn this into a situation to where the Islamic brothers feel like they got to back, Eddie Boy, and other cats feel like they got to, back Big U. And when those Islamic brothers get into them and they jokes and games, stop. Them dudes ain't coming to play. Them dudes standing on principles, not business. Because business can be unethical practices. But when you're standing on principles, homie, you can't dilute that. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to see my folks going at it, homie, and everybody looking at us. Like, look at these N-words. Hey, dog. Hey, look at the blacks, homies. Hey, those vatos are tripping on each other, dog. Say, they go, fool. Hey, yeah, fool. Hey, handle that shit, dog. Yeah, G. Yeah. Kill that vato, homie. And the white boy's like, yeah, brother. Look at these mother N-words. Man, they can't get along for anything, man. And we're preparing for war. We're preparing for a civil war. But look at the blacks. They don't understand what's going on. I understand what's going on. So being that I understand what's going on, homie, I'm held to a higher regard. I got to get on here and put forth the effort to educate my people, homie. When I get on here, man, I put my life on the line. Yeah, y'all may not recognize who I am. Y'all may not see the light. Y'all may not see what's really going on, but they do. And a cat like me, man, when I come on here and I be popping it the way I be popping it, like, you feel what I'm saying? They'll want to extinguish me, homie. I'm not getting on here on no Crip and Blood, SHIT, homie. I'm coming to you from the point of view of a man who done been in these streets, who done it all, allegedly, who was a real certified stumped down street cat, who went through all the steps of being a gangster, allegedly. So it's different when it comes from me, Ken, folks. So let's not play games, man. We've been playing games too long, and that's why we are still at the bottom of the totem pole, because we don't know how to have meaningful dialogue, because we don't know how to comprehend, because we don't know how to communicate. So that's why when I come on here, man, I try to give neologisms to build and expand, ameliorate. There's a neologism right there to expand your vocabulary to where when we feel like we're having meaningful dialogue, we don't feel tested. We don't feel challenged. We don't feel like somebody is directly trying to deconstructively criticize us. Nah, this is accountability, homie. We got to start holding each other accountable. Hold me accountable. Well, my big homie said, nah, don't speak on that, homie. I'm going to hold myself accountable, and I'm not going to speak on that. I'm going to refrain from it, especially if it can have a negative effect upon my people. If we start thinking like that and we start moving like that about how could it affect my brothers and sisters, I don't want to hurt my brothers and sisters, so therefore I'm going to be more conscious about the things that I put out there. You feel what I'm saying? So this is a whole different level of realism. You feel what I'm saying? Let me jump into some of these comments, man, and stop giving this dude recognition that he really don't deserve. You feel what I'm saying? What's good, Heedy, man? Super cool and like a deep freezer, big homie. Much love and respect. Dummy Dodging TV, I see you, man. What's the deal? Dummy Dodging TV say, sup, cuz I knew y'all was going to get that misunderstanding overstood Keyway for shake it up, man. And that's the message that we want to put out there to all our Keyway brothers and all our Damu brothers and sisters, homie. Just because we have a minor disagreement, it don't have to result in a major conflict. And to all the sets out there, Crips and Bloods, homie, if you want to keep your hood politics secret, if you want to keep your hood politics amongst yourselves, don't bring it to the internet. Because once you bring it to the internet, it gives everybody the opportunity and it gives everybody the right to speak upon it, because y'all Y'all just put it out there and y'all made it internationally. Like, you know what I mean? It's international now. So if a blogger want to get on there and blog about it and all that, there ain't nothing you can do because you just made it public. Keep it private. Keep these affairs private. When I have scrimmages and disagreements with certain cats, and they never meet here, as long as it's still a problem. But when we find a solution to it, and I'm solution based, then I'm gonna come on and say, yeah, we resolved that. Just like me and Avalon Blue, we resolved that, man. I'm not gonna go to the intricate details and recapitulate the conversation and all that. But me and that brother, we resolved it. It's no conflict, it's no problem. And he may even come on my platform, man, and we can just create dialogue about the grid, about his position as an Avalon Crip representative, and different things. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to build the bridges and bridge the gaps between us and our brothers and sisters, because now is the time for us to unify, start believing in each other, and start moving as a well-oiled machine. Now is the time. And everybody what they say, everybody that's skin folk ain't kin folk, it's still those agent provocateurs amongst our ranks. They gotta be in there. And a lot of these agent provocateurs and a lot of these people that's giving information in this counterintelligence 2 program, the double up, you feel what I'm saying? They guys that look like gangsters. The way that they infiltrated the Panthers was people who looked like and spoke the language of the Panthers. So it's going to be individuals that's going to come in and try to infiltrate. Most definitely. Because this is some highly political shit, and a lot of people don't grasp that, man. This is bigger than Crippin' and Blood, Vice Lord, and GD and all that, homie. We listen, man. America, as we know it, is no longer about to exist as the America that we know. Hard times is coming, homie, and all that's going to be there for us to rely upon is one another, because everybody's going to start banding together. And if we don't know how to organize and mobilize, we're going to be food for those who are organized. Everybody's more organized than us. A lot of these white supremacist groups, a lot of these Soranio groups, a lot of these Mexican groups and the Italians and all that, they're not, you don't see them as you don't see them coming on here getting into it as much as we are. And it just ain't in Los Angeles. It's the same thing in Chicago. It's the same thing in New York. Brothers and sisters getting into it and going after one another, when all we have to do is just take a deep breath and think about what is the most positive but effective way that I can communicate this to this brother or a sister without it offending them. I want to be mindful of your feelings, and I also want to be mindful of my message and my delivery, because I don't want to offend you, beloved. So this is some next level SHIT, and a lot of people don't get it. You feel what I'm saying? But those that got it, it's good that you got it. You feel what I'm saying? All right. Smoked Out TV, man. Shout out to you. Salute, Bobby A, man. I appreciate that on the Renanils, man. I seen you showing me love in a little situation last night, man. And that's a beautiful platform, man. So, I'm looking forward to coming back and engaging in that platform and, be a little bit more vocal, you know what I mean? Before I open my mouth, man, I like to be analytical and I like to observe before I just jump in it, you feel me? And that's how I made it through prison. Before I started really talking and interacting with cats, I had to learn the yard. I had to learn the ways of this environment, you feel what I'm saying? Because coming from the California Youth Authority, we was just in there busting heads and doing what it was that we was doing. You feel what I'm saying? But in prison, you can't do that because you're a part of a car. So what you say, what you do, what you don't say, and what you don't do affects other individuals. And that's also something that we have to be conscientious of as well. Angelo Solomons. Hey, man, Angelo Solomons, man, I seen you on 600 page and a few other pages. Man, you the feds. Man, get out of here, man. You the police. Let me block you, because I believe in my heart that you the police. I'm banning user and delete their comment. Get out of here, brother. Yeah, he the feds, bro. My guy, I believe in you, Crippin. I believe you. This is from Floston Powers 2. My guy, I believe in you. Crippin community rebuilding in progress. Most definitely, homie. Let's get our folks right. And then we can come to the blood brothers and say, hey, look, this is what we established. This is what we got going on, man. We want to invite y'all into this. And now we a unified front. But you know what happened then? The feds coming. Yeah, they coming. Because anytime we want to exist in our self-sufficiency, man, it's a problem. Because they recognize who we are, even though we don't recognize who we are. Think about the premonitions that you didn't have. Think about how sharp your intuition is. You think everybody got that? They do not. That's something special. That's something gifted to us from the universe through the carbon and other things that's inside of our DNA. It's ingrained in us to be godlike, but we want to be, like the common man. I don't want to be a common man no more. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? This is what we gonna get into, man, in future content and whatnot, man. Let's address who we really are. They told me that I'm African American and so on and so forth. But when I did my research, man, my folks is native here. My folks was a part of those melanated, carbonated, indigenous folks that was over here before the Asiatic people came over here. We were over here. My great grandmother, she was on the Indian reservation. But what did the white folks go and do? They went and took the land from them and gave them to the 10-cent and nickel Indians. If you was Caucasian, you can pay a nickel or a dime back in those times, and you can get paperwork saying that you're a native, and that gives you rights to that land. They told us we are African American, and we lost our birthright. We lost our right to our land. They took my people land. So this I have an identity, homie, and my identity is my people were here before anybody was here. So I have land rights. But when you start knowing who you are, it's harder for them to control your destiny. It's hard for them to control your narrative. It's hard for them to control your thought pattern when you start to know exactly who you are. And I got my paperwork that can sustain that I am native, partially native, because my father's side of the family is a little different. You feel what I'm saying? Well, my father's side of the family is native, but my mother's side of the family from out of Mississippi, it gets a little different. And my folks is tied into the red bones. See, we use red bones to just say a high yellow or a light-skinned person. No, red bones was actually a group of people who was on the border of Texas and Louisiana, and they called them land pirates. You didn't want to come across a red bone. Now we use the terminology red bone to say that a person is soft because they light-skinned and all that. But these red bone people, who was a mixed people, man, they stood on business. You didn't go to their land. If you went to their land, they was raping you. Oh, excuse me. Well, yeah, I put it out there. They was raping you. They was robbing you. They was taking whatever it is that you had. These people that was called the red bones, man, they were like pirates. And a lot of people stood away from them. A lot of people stayed away from them until the American government sent the Confederate army in there to dismantle them, separate them, and take their land. But you didn't want to mix with those red bones that was on the border of Texas and Louisiana. So once you start knowing your history, and I'm not a red bone, that's not who I am. You feel what I'm saying? They call red bones savage and lawless people and whatnot. You know what I mean? My peoples was part of the Choctaw Nation. You feel what I'm saying? That's where my folks come from before they took that. And they gave the identity to these Caucasian folks and other native tribes that was beefing with the Choctaw. Divide and conquer. You feel what I'm saying? But man, I'm about to read a few of these comments, man. I'm gonna jump up off this thing, man. The grid program business. Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna stay away from the grid program. I don't think I'm gonna be talking about the grid no more because it can get real dangerous when you start messing with the grid and you start exposing certain things that they do and how they getting funded and how it's kind of like government funded terrorism. When some of these things unfold, you feel I'm gonna stay away from that because for those that know, it can become highly controversial, and these peoples are not going to let Bobby Yeye Jones put a monkey wrench in their well-oiled machine and they lose millions upon millions of dollars for Bobby Yeye Jones. Nah, they're not gonna let me do that, man. The police tried to assassinate me before, so I'm gonna stay away from those type of conversations and situations right now. You feel what I'm saying? My God, I believe in you. Crip and community rebuilding in progress. Salute, Crip. Salute, Bobby Ye. They whack lovers, yes indeed. Salute, watch the Bakersfield. Hey, shout out to all my cats from Bakersfield, from the east side of Bakersfield to the west side of Bakersfield to the it's the east, the west, and the south side of Bakersfield, man. Shout out to the Stroller Boys. Shout out to the Country Boys. Shout out to the PJs, man. Shout out to all and my Damu partners out there in Bakersfield, man. Shout out to Bakersfield. Aryan Warrior. Whoa, hold on. We got one of them in here. Let's see what he popping about. Stop selective politicking and tell 599 to stop putting neighborhood business on the internet. You get out of our business. See, this is what I be talking about. They be watching us. We under close scrutiny. Why is he in our business? This is our business. You see what I'm saying when I be saying the things that I be saying, right? They watching us, homie. You don't think they're monitoring what we're doing? You don't think they're sitting back and they're spectators? Yeah. Aryan Warrior, he just spoke on it. And he got the iron cross on his page, signifying that he may be, part of something that's they politics of the highest level and whatnot. You feel me? They watching us. We under close scrutiny. They always gonna watch us because we dictate the flow. We dictate the culture. We say what's hip, what's popping. We give relevance to everything. So they got to come to us, even though they say that they hate us and monitor us. We under close scrutiny. Everybody want to do the things that we do. And this is the truth. You got Asians over in Japan and China and whatnot, and they dressing how we used to dress in the early 2000s, right? But the thing is, man, once they get to a certain level, they don't want to dress like us no more. They go back to their customs, they go back to their culture, they start their businesses, and they get into being family men. So it's a fad for them, but it's a lifestyle for us. Just like these Hispanic rappers and whatnot. They dress black, they put the gold grills, and when I'm talking about the Sureños, right? Because the Sureños have this deep hatred for African Americans, right? But now they're wearing a lot of chains. They putting the gold grills in their mouth. They saying the N word more excessive than we do. But at some point in time, man, when they get into when they hit that 45 and 50 mark, they ain't still gonna be popping it like that, man. They gonna start readjusting, getting back to their culture, their way of living, their way of existence, and getting ready to be fathers and grandfathers. But we're still gonna be doing the same thing. At some point in time, man, we gotta level up. We gotta phase out of the things that we used to do. And it's a passage in the Bible that say, when I was a boy, I thought as a boy, but now that I am a man, I do away with my childish thoughts and I do away with my childish thoughts, and I, conduct myself as a man. The last part is just me paraphrasing. You feel me? Hey, listen, man, but I'm gonna get up off this thing, man. If I ain't get the opportunity to read your comment, man, don't take it personal or nothing like that. But man, I appreciate all y'all macking in on me, man. Coming to support the channel, man. It's greatly appreciated, man. Thank y'all so much, man. Y'all step and be blessed. I'm about to end this thing, man. Y'all keep it keep it going how y'all be keeping it going, man. Just stay safe and be responsible.